Okay. Alrighty, the Inquisitive Mamba, back with another podcast, episode 40. Look at this beautiful sunset around us here. Max is super stoked from that Bengals win yesterday. I can't believe it. I'm still in disbelief and I'm in shock. And this 30 seconds, this 15, 30 seconds, this is yours. So, Bengals boy, go for it.
Yeah, maybe the best day of my life besides the day of my firstborn. My entire life has been trodden with failure and disappointment. I think it's really shaped me as a human, being disappointed every single year, every time. Just for that, all that suffering, just to come back and turn it around and head to the Super Bowl for the first time in my life when I thought we would never see a Super Bowl.
I didn't think we'd see the day, honestly, at least right now in this stage of Burrow's career. I mean, obviously coming off of, excruciating knee injury last year, Bengals fans were heartbroken, and now
I went and watched that injury back again today.
Yeah, it was brutal.
It was brutal.
The fact that he is in his second year in the NFL, right? It's his second year, and he's in a Super Bowl. I mean, yeah, you could say, he's got so many weapons around him and stuff, but his offensive line is shit. His offensive line is awful. And it blows my mind to sit there and go, wow. I mean, Joe Burrow is really that dude. And some people are starting to say, is he the reincarnation of Tom Brady? And it's funny I say that because you were saying that on the last episode of the podcast. So what do you think of that?
I think he's better than Tom Brady.
Well, okay, all right. Pump the brakes there, buddy boy. Go.
At this point, he's probably the best Bengals quarterback that we've ever seen ever. Throwing 70% completion, I don't think that's a feat that Tom Brady's ever done in his career.
70.4 to be exact.
Yeah,
34 touchdowns, 14 interceptions this year, and it's just unreal in his second year, man.
Yep, and to throw, did he have a touchdown on something? I can't.
Yes,
I don't. The entire thing was this fever dream. I don't even remember what happened.
I'm like Jimmy the Greek from years ago. Older people know who that is. It's that guy. But 2 touchdowns, 250 yards, 1 interception because he threw that 1 interception at the end of the game to L'Jarius Sneed, and everyone was like, "Whoa, why did he throw that?" But they ended up winning. It was a hell of a game, and the Bengals covered. The Bengals covered. They actually covered.
We had our buddy AI on the pod taking the Chiefs -20. That proved to be one of the worst calls in American history. The Bengals absolutely covered, and they won on top of that.
But how about this, though? A quick turn of events for the Chiefs. Last Sunday, they were playing the Buffalo Bills, and they were on the mighty high. Brady Mahomes was going crazy, blowing champagne at everybody. Jackson Mahomes was doing TikToks. Nothing new. And the next week, they're in overtime with the Cincinatti Bengals, and the Chiefs' Twitter goes absolutely crazy and goes, "We won the coin toss." And then the next tweet was the final score of the Bengals-Chiefs game. I mean, how bad can that get?
Oh, my God.
I mean, that's brutal.
Who was it, Colin Cowherd, that tweeted out, "Looks like the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl again"?
Skip.
It was Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless.
Skip does that
Big
kind
Cat
of
was
stuff,
tweeting the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we threw it right back in their face, which I think is so poetic. It's amazing.
I got to ask you, as a lifelong football fan, you're down 18, you're down 21-3, obviously, in that game, and you're sitting there sweating, you got your beanie on. In your mind, there's no way you're thinking we're going to come back and win this game.
Dude, I told you, there has never been a point in my life that I ever thought the Bengals were going to win a football game. Never in my life. Not once in this playoff run have I thought the Bengals have this in the bag. I've seen so many wins down the drain. In the fourth quarter, I've seen hopeful comebacks get destroyed. So never. You saw me when it was 21-3. I almost gave up on the game.
Absolutely. I mean, but now with Joe Shiesty, Mr.
Things feel a little
glasses,
different. Things feel a little different.
It feels a little different when you actually get a quarterback in there that can throw, unlike Mr. Red Rocket Andy Dalton. But
anyway, don't talk crap about Andy Dalton.
But how about that
7
game?
straight years
honestly,
in the playoffs, just
listen to this, folks. 3 playoff games in a row. The Bengals game was decided by 3 points or less. Raiders was 7. Okay, that was really down to the wire. It came down to a last play.
They were all down to the wire.
Was McPherson walk-off.
McPherson is unbelievable. It's crazy having a reliable kicker. Something we've never had on the Bengals is having a top-tier kicker either. So that has been all the difference for the Bengals as well. Joe Burrow and McPherson have really changed the game, I'll say.
It's funny, you're not the only Bengals fan I know. Connor Moore, a good friend of mine from high school, he texted me this morning and he said, "Holy shit, Joe Burrow." And I said, "No way."
Yeah.
And he's been a Bengals fan for years. He's not a big football guy, but I mean, I never thought I'd see the day. Anyways, quick fact check here. Bengals' first Super Bowl appearance since 1989. We weren't even alive then.
89 or 85?
89. I looked it up
89.
exactly. Yeah, it's the last time Cincinnati played for a title was 1989. It was the second trip to a game it had made in franchise history.
Dude, yeah, we put and
1989.
You know, it would have been amazing to see the Niners.
It would have been cool
to see the Niners because we've lost to the Niners
Yes.
twice in the Super Bowl. To have a rerun of that would be incredible.
I mean, your uncle and your family, they know way more about it than I do, obviously, but we weren't even alive in 1989. But the fact to sit here and say the Bengals since 1989, I mean, that's unreal. So how about let's talk a little bit about the Chiefs here. Mahomes over in yards, that didn't hit. Burrow's over in yards, that didn't hit. Burrow's touchdowns, that hit. Mahomes' touchdowns hit. And not only that, the Chiefs choked down. They were up 18. I still can't believe it. Travis Kelce, that hit, obviously. Tyreek Hill hit for a touchdown. Jamar Chase, your boy, that was a lock. Everyone was sweating that one out, but that goal line fade was absolutely nasty. So, hell of a game, hell of a game.
His catches are just unbelievable every time he comes down with the ball. And T. Higgins
balled out.
Like, every catch he had was just like, there's no way he's catching that, and he came down with it.
Mixon's over in yards, that hit as well. And player props are tough in the playoffs, but when you got guys like that, when you got star-studded on both sides of the ball, you're looking for some easy cash, they're your friends. How about the Niners-Rams game, though? That was a hell of a game as well, and we all thought Jimmy Gag, Jimmy G, Mr. Grucci, Garoppolo, whatever you want to call him, the Italian Stallion, up 10 at one point. They thought they were going to go to the bowl, but they blew it again. You know, it's funny they blew it again, and some people will blame Kyle Shanahan, you know, from the Super Bowl against the Patriots when they were up 28-3, and then they were up by 10 in the fourth quarter against the Chiefs in Miami Super Bowl that you don't really remember. But I
don't think that happened.
No, it did, but they were up at 10 one point in the fourth quarter, and they blew that. So we're starting to sit here and go, you know, is it Jimmy G's? His days numbered in San Francisco?
I think so. When you've got every weapon on defense, you've got every weapon on offense, and you're throwing 0 touchdowns in the postseason. I think he had one yesterday for the first time this postseason, maybe.
He threw the one interception yesterday.
No, touchdown.
He threw the one interception. He threw a touchdown to Tebow Samuel. Yeah.
So his first touchdown of the postseason, he's the only person that's been underperforming for that team, unfortunately.
Yep.
Through the playoffs so far.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to look like he's definitely a game manager. There's no doubt about that. But I don't think he's as elite as people think he might be.
And the one thing that
people want him to
I've
be.
been a Jimmy G fan. Like for a couple of years, obviously, you know, he helped the Patriots out when Brady had his Deflategate. But the one thing that really irks me the most, and I'm not saying Jimmy G is an elite quarterback. You know, I don't know if he's going to get you over the hump. He's got the roster, obviously, but what the treatment that he's been getting since his shoulder injury, same with Baker Mayfield, it's similar to them. They're not similar quarterbacks, but their injuries obviously are similar because they both had shoulder injuries, and they get so much criticism. But I would just like to see how they would have done when they were fully healthy. But that's the nature of sports. You're not going to see it. I mean, he may never, play another down with the Niners. We don't know. It'll be interesting to see what that offseason looks like for them.
People want to see Aaron Rodgers go there too.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine Shanahan and Rodgers.
That team is the Super Bowl favorite if they have Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, imagine Shanahan and Rodgers. Oh my gosh, that wouldn't even be. With Debo Samuel.
Insane.
And Elijah Mitchell. And if Raheem Mostert comes back fully healthy, I'm sure he's going to come back next year. If they keep him or not. Kittle, they could pick up another receiver. Oh my gosh, that's unreal. But the one play,
we're getting bad eyeballs from this lady that's walking by. She keeps looking at us.
That's
like
okay.
Criminals.
The one play that really, really irked me was when Matthew Stafford threw it to Jaquiski Tartt, and it was an interception, and he dropped it. And then Jaquiski Tartt, most people don't know who that is, but he's a cornerback for the Niners, number 3.
Never heard of him in my life.
No, but he dropped 2 interceptions. Imagine that.
Yeah. No.
2 interceptions. I mean, I think that's absolutely insane.
It is a good sign to see the Rams not playing great ball.
How about this, though? Stafford's first Super Bowl. Game. Stafford's first Super Bowl ever.
Yeah,
from
Joe
Detroit
Burrow's first Super Bowl,
LA.
too.
But no, I know. We're talking about the Rams-Niners, though. Yeah. Detroit, though. How about all those years in Detroit?
I mean, you would think
crazy.
The Bengals and the Lions are right there as the 2 worst teams over the last 20 years. So it's crazy to see what Stafford couldn't do for his team, Joe Burrow has done for his team. So it's
crazy.
Pretty impressive.
Niners-Rams, though, a wonderful game. OBJ's first Super Bowl as well. From New York to Cleveland, now to L.A. L.A.'s becoming the hot spot, man.
Oh, my God.
It's funny. Nick Hamilton and I talked about this last year. We were driving around in the truck, on the way back getting groceries or whatever in Gainesville when we were up at school at UF. And we were like, when we saw the Stafford trade, we were like, NFC Championship or bust? Now they're in the Super Bowl, and it's not like it's a hot take or anything because
they traded away everything.
You get such a good team. You have a good team already, and
Dude,
then
they've
you get
traded
an
away
elite quarterback.
They've traded away everything for this year. It's this year or bust.
Yeah,
they have
literally,
no cap
it's boom or
space.
bust.
They have no draft picks anymore.
Nope.
They don't have a first rounder. They don't have a first rounder next year. I don't think either.
And that's the thing about Los Angeles, the city itself. It's boom or bust. It's the entertainment world. It's one of the most entertainment capitals of the world. It's right there with New York, obviously. And the Lakers are the same way. They went all in on Russ. They went all in on AD. The Dodgers have done the same thing. That's just their nature of it.
Yeah,
and the Chargers
there's a lot of money flowing through that city.
Exactly. And quick fun fact here: SoFi is worth $6 billion.
Yeah, I bet.
Dude, it looks like another world.
Yeah, I know.
It's so futuristic. It's crazy.
Was it the city of Los Angeles that built it?
It was like taxpayers. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's crazy, honestly. Quick Rams fact here.
It's a beautiful stadium.
Quick little betting.
Did you watch the Mr. Beast
segment
video?
here.
The Mr. Beast video in SoFi Stadium?
No, I didn't.
They did a hide and go seek in SoFi Stadium.
Oh, really?
Great video, great watch. Check it out.
Anyways, though, OBJ's over in yards, that hit. And we talked about that on the podcast last night. I didn't take it. That's what really irks me the most. I was talking
You're
to
a
PJ
big
Yella.
OBJ fan.
I was talking to PJ Yella, and he's like, bro, you would have got some easy cash. And I'm like, I know, I was literally talking about it for like a day.
That's
it hit.
the nature of sports betting.
It is. Cooper Kupp, though, that one hit as well. He's unreal. You guys are going to have a tough time with him.
I mean, I can't believe that. I mean, 90% of the time, I think people just say it to get a reaction out of TikTok. But when they say that Cooper Kupp is not elite, I think you're an idiot. Doesn't matter what position he plays. If he's having the single greatest receiving season ever, how could you possibly say he's not elite? He's more yards than anyone ever. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson. He had more yards than all of them.
Yep.
And you're saying he's not elite. I think that is the dumbest call in American history. I don't care what you say. He's not the number one, but he is elite. If you're producing yards, that is the standard for football. And if you're producing yards,
Absolutely.
you are doing a good thing for your team. You can't say he's not elite if he's producing more yards than anyone else.
How about Deebo Samuel, though? Those over in yards hit, and I think pretty sure his receptions. But this is the one thing about Deebo Samuel. He's a great player, and him and OBJ had a moment after the game, and some people made a meme out of it for the Niners money line and the Rams bet because it didn't cover. But two great players right there, obviously, and he was really emotional afterwards. He was in the tunnel, and the coaches were kind of holding him up. You can see it on Twitter or TikTok, whatever. And he's a hell of a player, man. I mean, that run that they had with him, that give a lot of credit to him because you could say the defense, whatever, but he was the focal point of that offense. And
yeah, it's just imagine what he could do if he had an elite quarterback.
Right, of course, but I mean, just like the system that he's in with Shanahan, I mean, they did a great job with him. He's a fifth rounder out of South Carolina.
Yeah, I had no idea who he was before this year.
I mean, yeah, of course, but I mean, it's just crazy to think about how much he meant to that team and how much money in the few years when his contract's up, how much he'll get. Running back and a receiver, So, but it was overall a great game. And we don't have AI here to talk about his betting woes from this weekend.
Oh yeah, no, he was cold as ice this weekend. I love to see my good friend Aaron Isaacson. I love to see him bet against my team because it makes my win doubly as good. Seeing my friends suffer, I think that's one of my favorite things about sports betting. It not only gives me the satisfaction of the win, but to see the people rooting against my team suffer just as much as I would be suffering if we lost. I think that is one of my favorite things about sports gambling. Is watching Aaron Isaacson lose money.
Correction, I tried to look it up. Deebo Samuel was a late second round pick, so that he was right between them. I mixed it up with somebody else, but still, I mean, he wasn't a first round pick. So, I mean, they saw something in him. Obviously, he was good in college, but nowhere near what he was supposed to be, how he is now.
And then if you want to go, Aaron Isaacson, we should shout him out, his mortal lock of the night.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what it is, so I couldn't tell you. Portland -1 first quarter.
Yeah, Blazers -1 first quarter.
Blazers,
if you want to follow his cold streak, I would bet against him because he hasn't been too hot.
All right, so you're not a huge basketball guy, but what do you think?
Oh, my phone almost went in the water.
What do you think about this Pacers-Clippers game? The Indiana's -1.
Oh, I don't know. I like the...
-1?
Indiana's favored?
Yeah, by 1. And Clippers are 500. Are
Kawhi and...
No, they're out. They're out. They're not playing.
Both are out?
Yeah, they've been out all season.
Oh, dude, I don't watch basketball. But
come on, I mean...
Is Sabonis
Yes, yeah.
Sabonis is healthy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he's criminally underrated, Sabonis, so...
Criminally?
Yeah. So I think that's a good bet.
All right, you're a big Warriors guy. Do you like the Warriors to cover -11 tonight?
I like the Warriors anytime they do anything. They're the reason I started watching basketball. Which I just said I don't watch basketball, but
right.
I follow basketball
So
casually.
all right.
I love Steph Curry. He's been on a little bit of a cold shooting streak compared to his earlier years, but he is still the best shooter in the game, and that's undisputed. So I think.
Wow, the line just changed for Clippers Pacers. It's now even.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, small market teams, I really don't care.
All right, so my next thing for you is, can we talk quickly about Skyline Chili? I'm sorry to all the Cincinnati people out there, but that place is...
I think the Cincinnati Skyline is a beautiful sight. I think everyone should see it once in their life.
I'm talking about Skyline Chili.
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
And I think that is probably the best thing about Skyline Chili is their namesake, the Skyline of Cincinnati. As you come over from Kentucky over the bridge, you see Paul Brown Stadium right there on your right side, and it's just wonderful. Probably more awe-inspiring than that of Tokyo, New York City. It's probably right up there. It's like Tokyo, London, New York City, Cincinnati. It's probably the fourth greatest city in the entire world.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
I spent many times there at Paul Brown Stadium watching many failures, but I never lost my faith in the city. And if you've never had Geta, it's a Cincinnati favorite. It's like sausage, but not sausage, and it's a delicacy.
All right, so we're gonna get on about Skyline Chili.
Dude, I am getting there.
Oh my gosh.
So when you throw all these things in, greatest city in the world. The greatest chili in the world, Skyline Chili. You go there and you expect the world, you know? You're not going to get the world from Skyline Chili, but you are going to get the world for $3. It's the best bang for your buck meal you can have. You go to a Bengals game. Have you ever been to a Bengals game? You get Gold Star chili. You get a Gold Star Coney dog from the concession stand. You get about 15 of them. Shit your pants at halftime, and it's probably the best thing you could possibly ever do.
Oh, you were feeling up just Skyline Chili?
And we went and we wanted to get some chili, and you don't get chili in Florida like you do in Cincinnati. You go to Skyline. It's in a little strip mall. It's in probably the shittiest strip mall in Fort Myers.
Yeah, right up there with like the ones in North Fort Myers.
You get a Coney dog. 6 to 8 pounds of cheese on each Coney dog. And that chili is just something spectacular, especially on a Cincinnati game day. I think it's like a drunk night out getting a Big Mac. You know, a Big Mac hits different. You get a Coney dog when you're feeling greasy, and there's nothing better than a nice greasy Coney dog.
Oh,
and you can't deny that. It's a Cincinnati specialty. And I think there should be more locations in Southwest Florida because the one we have now is a shithole.
It's a dump. Yeah, it's a literal dump. So
what I'm saying is that if you have $3 to spend and you really want to spend some time on the throne,
if you're looking to blow your ass out and go to Skyline,
and get a Cincinnati delicacy, I would recommend it to anyone.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's an awesome place.
All right, so quickly, can we talk about these Super Bowl pricing for these tickets? Aren't they insane? I told you earlier when I came into the house, anywhere between 6,000 to 100,000. What do they only want celebrities there? Like, how do you I've always try to wrap my mind around it. How the hell do you even afford that? Like, what do you just rack up your credit card debt?
I mean, if you look at the Bengals and you've had, for example, my family has had season tickets to the Bengals for 50 years.
Yeah.
$6,000 for 50 years of nothingness to throw $6,000 on a lifetime of dedication to this one team. It doesn't really seem like that much money, you know? They've had season tickets and seen so many losses.
Right. Plus,
if I've had season tickets for 50 years and I've been dedicating my life to this team for 50 years, which I thought I was going to do for the rest of my life and never see a win. I never thought we could ever win. I would find a way to make $5,000, take it out of my retirement, take it from my wife, take it from my kids. I don't know.
Jeez.
I would find a way to get there. So, yeah, that's a lot of money, but for the lifelong Bengals fan in me, it doesn't seem like that much.
Quickly though, you have to.
I don't see how you don't. How do you get here? You pass on tickets.
No, I agree, but you have to listen. You're a big analytics guy. You're pretty. You're not a brick. You're a pretty smart guy. Factor in flights, Ubers, food, hotels. Like, it's not just gonna be $6K. Like, it's a lot. You know.
Still worth it.
I know.
I don't see how you can say it's not worth it. It is 100% worth it.
You think so?
You can't. I mean, it's going to be a big check. You might have to,
Now, what if you eat your?
You might have to take a loan out, but it's worth it.
What if you eat your words and it doesn't happen and they go again, like next year or the year after? Like,
that's fine. But this is 50 years. Then you've already gone, so you don't need to go again. But if you've been waiting for 50 years for the Bengals to go and do something successful, or I guess 1989, so 32 years.
That's insane.
32 years for the Bengals to do something special. If you've been waiting around for 32 years. Also, if you've been in the workforce for 32 years and you don't have $10,000 in your bank account, if you're spending season ticket money on Bengals tickets and wasting it there, you might not. But if you have this is motivation to all the viewers out there. If you've been in the workforce for 32 years and you don't have $10,000 in the bank, you need to read a book or something about financial literacy, because you should probably figure that out.
I don't know if his name's Max Adams. I think it's Dave Ramsey in disguise. I think it's Dave Ramsey over here.
Listen.
Business class.
Listen. If you're 50 years old and you don't have $10,000 to piss away on a Bengals game, you're doing something wrong. When I'm watching the Bengals for 50 years, I better have 10,000. Well, the Super Bowl is probably gonna be like $50,000 by the time I can afford it.
Yeah, probably.
But
I looked up a thing today. Every
it's worth
year
it.
It's gone up. Like in 1960, it was like $12.
Yeah, of course. The cost of everything has gone up every year.
Yeah.
It's called inflation. It's like a pretty general
No,
topic.
but I'm saying, like, isn't it crazy from how long ago to now? Like,
oh yeah,
$12 to even a couple years ago. Like in Minnesota, it wasn't 6,000. It was like 1,000 for a base ticket.
Where?
In Minnesota, when they played in the Super Bowl.
How
when
long
it was
ago?
Patriots Eagles. It was like 1,200. The starting price was.
No shot. It was 1,200, dude.
Yeah, the lowest price was 1,200. I looked it up earlier.
Wow. I mean, I think in this day and age, in the day of influencers and athletes, individuals have so much money because of the advertising age, where people are. I'm getting really analytical right now, but there's so much value in influencers now and spending money on advertisement. Every company is trying to sponsor individuals and put their face on everything. You look, every single segment on every single sports thing is sponsored by a different brand, like the Pepsi Rookie of the Year, Jamar Chase. Thank you.
Here we go.
It's so when there's all that money going into the league just for putting their name on things, I think the value of the league. Is that my dad? Oh, that's my mom. The value of the league has gone up just based on that, and companies are spending a lot more money on athletes and putting their name and brand likeness and stuff. So. When you factor all that in, there's a lot more money in individuals and athletes, and that's why you're seeing $400 million man Patrick Mahomes being able to do that.
500.
No one was able to do that 20 years ago.
No.
Tom Brady wasn't making even like $15 million in his first big contract.
No, I agree. Do you think last segment of the show? Do you think the Chiefs will be back next year? Like right where they were? Like, do you think they can make a Super Bowl again? Obviously with Mahomes, but like, contracts come up, like guys leave and go. Like, what do you think?
I mean,
Andy Reid's getting older too.
Every great thing has to come to an end.
I mean, they haven't even
I don't
had
know
their
anything.
dynasty yet, though.
I don't even know anything about their contracts right now.
Right.
But I know with that amount of talent on the roster and the success the team has had, all of those players are going to be very valuable to other teams that looking for free agents. So no matter what happens, they will never be able to keep all of those talented people. Look at Byron Pringle; he'll probably go somewhere eventually.
Yeah,
go sign somewhere for a big money. They can't afford to keep
Mecole Hardman. They can't afford to keep him forever.
You can't keep
ridiculous.
Tyreek Hill forever. You can't keep Patrick Mahomes. I think they'll probably be able to keep Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes, but then those are two major contracts. Like
they have Tyreek Hill under contract. They got Kelsey and him. It just depends on the younger guys.
Then you're going to have Creed Humphrey is going to be the best center in the league, and when he's a free agent, everybody's going to want him.
They'll be just fine. But the last thing I wanted to bring up here, away from or aside from the Mahomes thing, how about the Brady whole retirement thing Saturday? And then Sunday you got football the next day. ESPN leaked that. They're not 100% sure now if it's true, and now it's all like literally as calm as that water right now. Nothing is being talked about Brady in the past. I mean, I know.
Are you remaining hopeful that that he's coming back?
I completely, utterly closed that chapter. It's done. It's over with. Like Portnoy says, it's done. It's over with. They won by everyone knows rules. No, but it's over. It's done. Like lifelong Brady fan, it is it. I shed my tears and I threw those tears in a box, and it's over. It's
did cry.
it's
You
it's
did
done
cry a
with.
lot.
Brady's probably going to be retiring, and a lot of young guys coming up. Your boy Burrow and Herbert and Mahomes. They're
Oh my
all
God!
there. Allen.
I mean, the league is in a good place
Yeah.
with the quarterbacks we have. I think.
It's not like Baker Mayfield is the leading guy, and of the.
Isn't it crazy
young core.
that Joe Burrow is 24 and he played his first
25,
full
yeah.
season? 24.
25.
No, 24.
I'll put 100.
No,
on
because
it.
Patrick Mahomes is 25.
I'll put 100 on it.
Joe, I'll put $2,000. I'll put a Super Bowl ticket on the line.
Joe Burrow age 25.
All right. Oh, wait. Okay, he just turned
That's what I
25.
said.
Whatever,
Because
dude.
him
All
and
right.
LeBron are the same birthday.
Okay, so
month.
he just completed his first full regular season at 24 years old, and then he turned 25 in the postseason. Whatever. And Patrick Mahomes is only a year older, I think, or maybe even 8 months older, and he's been to the AFC Championship 4 times.
Yeah.
Pretty insane.
Insane. 4 straight AFC championships. So enough of Mahomes, enough of Brady, enough of the NFL. I
think we're running out of light.
I think we're running out of light. I think we're running out of time.
We got to do some food review too.
We got to do that too. Anyways, thank you guys so much, as always, for tuning in to the Inquisitive Mamba podcast. It's been a pleasure. It's always wonderful having my co-guy, producer, whatever you want to call him, my partner in crime, the anchor when you're getting when you're putting the anchor out in the ocean. But really good guy. It's nice to have him along my side and beside me. Thanks again for tuning in, as always. TikTok, Instagram, Spotify. Thank you to Anchor for sponsoring this. Apple Podcasts as well.
Dude, anyone can sign up for Anchor. It's free.
Yeah, you know what they
didn't sponsor.
They sponsor me now.
Is that right?
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
They do. Yeah.
No, I don't.
No,
believe it.
they actually do.
Oh,
It's
dude, we forgot to talk about Eli Apple.
No, it's okay. It's on 6 platforms, bro. 6 platforms. 40th episode.
They're your distributor.
Yeah, but hey, sometimes they only let certain people get on a few. They don't let everyone get on all. Anyways, so
Eli Apple won't stop talking shit. I love it. I hated him before. Everyone hates him.
Almost at 600 plays. I know. We'll talk about him next episode. We can give a little segment of him on there. Anyways, thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Hopefully I don't lose any money tonight betting.
Oh, I forgot to record.
Yeah.